Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. We've only got a few more days before the release of Musume, 5 more days until this Friday. And so, with that, let's go ahead and get started with the Market Watch. We're going to review the pre-order product right now for Musume, which is I don't remember if they had the deck sets when I first went over them a little while ago, but now you have the deck available for $26 on pre-order right now. There are deck displays as well, but nothing to display on that front. Boxes are currently around 65 if you want to pick them up here. And then cases are 1,000 to start. I'll note again, like I did before, they're only supposed to be 16 boxes per case, not 20. So yeah, at some point, TCG Player is going to have to make some update to this image like they did with set 2. So again, only 16 boxes per case. As for ratios, from what I've heard and what I think is going to happen, it so with Uma Musume, we have leader cards and we're going to have signature cards. So my guess is that we're going to have, if it follows Rage of or Reign of Bahamut, we'll have 3 signs and 2 leaders per. There's always the possibility it might be reversed given that we have signs this time as opposed to just ultimate rares. So it might be 3 leaders and 2 sign cards. I'm going to assume it's the former. For anyone who's already opened cases, I'd like to hear if anyone already has those ratios. But that's what I think it's going to be. Now let's go on to singles. And we're going to start with our big expensive legendary, Olivia, which thankfully we've got a lot of quantities back on the market for this one. 13 listings. It's still $40 plus right now, and it has been selling consistently at that rate. But at least with the increase of listings and the introduction of Uma Musume as part of the overall meta, there is the possibility of this one trickling downward at some point. Although, to be fair, even though 40 and 41 seem to be the low listings, there are players picking these up at 45s. So I would imagine it'll stay at 40 for a little while until players kind of settle into Uma Musume, and we'll see. Because Dragoncraft is still likely to be one of the bigger decks to play, which still plays this one. John d'Arc, we haven't covered this one in a little while, but right now looking at it, it's $4 right now base if you want to pick up the regular legendary, and then if you want the super legendary of the base, that's currently about $15. The ultimate rare is just under $100 right now. It's $94 if you want to pick it up at the base rate. And the Evos are still really easy to pick up. 65 cents is the base for the regular one. The super legendary is $3.50 base right now. Then Trail of Light, we have the promo version of it, and we also have the original silver from set 1, which they're pretty close in value for their base listings right now. It's a difference of just over 50 cents. 285 for the base, 285 for the one from set 1, and 350 if you want the promo from the Showdown. And the Showdowns are still going through December, so there will still be more of these to come on the market, which could potentially drop its price further. But I'm curious to see if that 350, no, 430 is currently the cheapest with shipping. And there are lots of copies among these listings. Ultimately, it's more of a $4.50 card than $3. So I guess it is a little more expensive than picking up the regular silver right now. Unless the silver is following the same thing. Let's see. About 350. So actually, it might be better just to go for the promo. For the foil aspect, it's technically the higher rarity, but either one still works. It's just investment-wise better to pick up the foil, but it's really up to you. Vampire Noble is another one that I haven't covered in a little while, but let's see. Overall, I had always been talking about how the foil of this one was going up and getting bought out, but we have listings back on the market for this one. 11 overall with $9 to go for the base version. There are 22 listings on the foil Evo, and starting at $265, market price of that one is just over $3. And if you want the regular silvers, they're cheap. The Evo is more expensive base-wise and market price-wise, being 41 cents. And the regular one is 16 cents market price with a 13-cent base right now. Radiant Angel. This one has been up in value for its base form foil for some time, but it hasn't really gone too much farther in any direction. But to be fair, the base form's foil is at 5 listings overall, starting at 10. Looking at it in more detail, players have bought it for 9 to 10 recently, and at this point, yeah, every listing is basically $11 when you think about it. So, and I'm not sure. Because, I mean, Haven will definitely play this in heal as time goes along. And then you can play it as just a good draw and heal engine in general. But in essence, yeah, I'm not too sure how this one is going to play out in the future. Shenlong. We know this one has its restriction coming up when Uma Musume releases, so just to get taking a revisit of this card. You want the bases of the base form of the Evo right now. They're both under $1 market price and Evo market price and regular price wise. If you want the foil versions, there's still dollars to pick up. Almost $4 for the regular base version, and if you want the Evo, that's 250, just over 250 if you want to pick that up right now. Gemstaff Commander. 39 listings on this card, and it's currently $2 base. The market price is a little bit lower than that, and it has been selling just under $2. But most of the listings available right now are at 2 until we get to the not free shipping items, where it's basically 150, and we have a few listings from one seller over here, so you can still pick this card up for under 2, and I think it's still something that you may tend to play in mid-range or variants of Swordcraft. It does search any Swordcraft follower at all, so having a playset in your back pocket's not a bad idea. Ilana's Prayer is still not really going anywhere in value right now, but I would still pay attention to this one as a potential candidate for any variant of Heal Haven that might come about in Shadowverse Evolve. It's still cheap on the gold end, where $18 is the base listing, 54 listings, and its market price is just under 50 cents. If you want the foil version, it's $1.45 base, and market price is $1.72 on that one. Soul Conversion as a silver from the original set 1, still probably the most expensive to pick up. Over $1 right now for its base listings. Well, then you get to the ones with mandatory shipping, and it's basically $1 for a few copies, though. So I'd put this at around $1.50 overall, and it will probably maintain its value for a while as it's played in general for Abysscraft. Shapeshifting Mage's Evo form, given the fallout on this card, it's still maintaining around $1 and above that. So if you do need to pick this up, I mean, it's as cheap as it's probably going to get for a while if you want to just play Ramp Dragon as opposed to Discard, given that Discard is a pretty expensive deck to build, as I talked about once before with the overall deck spread I went over. And then we've got Demonic Strike, particularly the promo version of this one. Price has been sinking on this as we've had more and more regionals, and players have sparsely picked this up underneath 200. Now there are 2 listings under 130, then we've got about 136 before it goes back up to 175. But overall, the front page has a lot of listings that are underneath $200 right now, which was where this card used to be. And finally, we've got the promo of Angelic Snipe, which I talked about how it was going up in value for a little while over the past few months, and then it just went back down. Not slammed back down, but it's still hovering at 10, just under $10 for every listing that's available right now. So if you do want to pick this up, I feel like it's going to see some play here and there, so having copies of the promo at this rate might be better safe than sorry. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.